This guy says that Facebook ads are working poorly when advertising in the USA. Hi there, I run a micro brand watch company. We had a decent Kickstarter campaign which enabled us to start our company. We got a decent amount of leads from the US in the process. My company is based in Norway and I'm getting a ROAS between 1.5 to 2.5, which isn't great at the moment from the local market Norway. This is post Kickstarter, but via sales ads I run locally. The Norwegian market is small with a total of 5 million people. That includes all ages and genders. I've tried advertising to the USA and have spent around 500 to 600 USD, but absolutely zero sales. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I keep the audience as people who have shown interest in watches who are engaged shoppers between the ages of 25 and 50, which is the best market for my products in Norway. Can someone give advice as to what I'm doing wrong? How do I scale and especially scale to the US market? Anything will be helpful. I can, in theory, advertise anywhere in the world as I have an agreement with DHL for shipment worldwide. This is a common problem that businesses have. A lot of businesses are successful outside the US, but they're not successful inside the US. Why is the reason? Why is this the case? Because when you get to the USA, so if this is the USA, this is the most saturated market in the world. USA has a lot of money and a lot of people wanna run ads in the USA. So when you go to the USA, you need to have an extremely great product, extremely good conversion rate. You need to tighten up. You need to have pretty much everything tight. Everything should be tight in the USA. If you're getting like 1.5 ROS outside USA, I can guarantee that this campaign won't work within the USA. This is just the reality. However, if you have a campaign that works on 1.5 ROS within the States, this campaign will work in the European Union, this campaign will work in Australia, this campaign will work in the UK. Is the UK part of the EU anymore? Not anymore, not anymore. So this is the case. So when it comes to like selling your product in the United States, you just need to figure out the basics, right? One of the first thing that you need to figure out, you said you spent $500 on ads and nothing happened, right? For the USA market, this is not a lot of money. Right now, it's 2024, and even after, and this is even not a factor, I guess, there is an election, and like the presidents are spending crazy money on ads, and this drive the cost very very high. So you can compare the CPM in Norway to the CPM in the United States, and you're gonna see that the CPM in the United States is much much higher. So when the CPM is higher, there are a few things you could bet out the CPM. You can create better ads that get better click through rate, ads that get better engagement, ads that get better conversion rate. This is one of the things you could do. So those are things you could do inside the Facebook Ads Business Manager. The second thing you could do would be to figure out your conversion rate, and your average order value, right? You said the ROS is 2.5 or maybe like 1.5. So 1.5, I think in the e-commerce business you're losing money. If you produce the product, the shipment, the cost, I'm not sure what's involved. What's your cost, but 1.5 you'll be wasting money on ads. So those are things I would focus on. I would focus on creating better ads, right? And improving the average order value. If you're selling watches, think of ways how can I bundle the watches? Can I increase the price? Can I add order bumps? Can I add anything to make the price cost more? is there something I can do to increase the average order value when the CPM is higher? You said you can um, sell your product worldwide, your watch worldwide. There are also other different markets you could test. For example, UK, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom. Those are very, very good markets. So those are some of the markets you could test as well. However, this is a game of creating better ads and increasing your average order value. Right? Let me scroll down. Yeah. Sometimes an audience um, that is interested in watches might buy, or engaged shoppers might buy. But in my opinion, you haven't spent enough, you haven't tested enough, and you haven't got like good enough ads and good enough AOV to go to the market. And I'm just gonna give you an example. I was working for a company, and we had a digital product. So this is just very. I'm just gonna give you like very, very similar numbers. The product outside of the US was selling for $100, right? Outside the USA, it was selling all over the world. We were selling the product in the United Arab Emirates. We were selling the product in the Philippines. We were selling the product in India. We were selling the product in a lot of places, like all over the world, Brazil, Mexico, whatever. However, when we go to like advertise within the USA market, we cannot be profitable. So we increase the product price from 100 to 300, and we were selling this product in the United States for 300. And this is how we were able to scale, right? And of course, there was a lot of conversion rate optimization. There was a lot of, let's say, a lot of things happened. But this is how you go to the USA market. And the USA market, it's not easy. It's the hardest market to be in. You can make any other market work, but USA is a different beast, right? So I'm just gonna read you a comment because I believe the comment is very, very relevant. This guy says, first off, your audience targeting is way too broad. Just because someone likes watches and is an engaged shopper doesn't mean they're ready to drop cash on your specific watch. You're talking about a massive country with a bunch of competition, so you've got to narrow it down. Focus on niches. Go after a specific group like collectors or people into premium products, not just anyone with casual interest. I believe this is a good idea. I believe this is a very good idea. And you can niche down to like people who do investing. You can niche down to marketers. You can niche down to people who are in corporate. There is a lot of ways you can niche. And I believe niching might be a good idea because let's say you want to niche after marketers, right? So if I open like any marketer, you're going to see that most of those marketers, they're wearing like gold Rolex watches. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. Let me find it. Yeah, as you can see, Sam Ovens is wearing the presidential golden Rolex or whatever. And if I open like Frank Kern, you're gonna see that he also is wearing a pretty expensive watch. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but pretty much all those marketers, they're wearing this watch, right? So yeah, you can see it. Let me zoom a bit. Yeah, you can see the watch. So going after a specific group of people will give you a very, very good messaging. You need to figure out which is this group, right? And here you can, once you figure out who you're targeting, the who, you'll be able to create a much better ads, right? Let's say if you talk to marketers, you can say in your copy, do you wonder why Frank Kern, Sam Ovens, and Dan Henry wear golden watch? Is because of this. And just because you read this, buy my watch or whatever. So the one watch you can wear, your ad could be the best watch for marketer, the only watch marketers need. This is why successful marketers wear this watch, etc., etc. There is a bunch of stuff you could do once you figure out who you're after. I believe like this will be very very difficult, although it's easy in written language. This means that you'll be spending like money on ads, you'll be spending money on like creating ads, running ads, copy, etc. The next thing this guy says, next up, your creative and copy. What works in Norway likely won't work in the same in the US. Different market, different vibe. So I strongly disagree. If you have a very strong ad, it will work pretty much anywhere. And I've tested it with multiple ads. You need to hit US buyers with something that stands out. Play up the craftsmanship, the exclusivity, or even the fact that it's Norwegian. Also, USA buyers might not trust a brand they've never heard of that's overseas. You need to build that trust through social proof, testimonials. So basically, what is this guy saying? This guy is saying work on the branding, develop the brand, right? He's saying US market is competitive, and I strongly agree. If you're in this for the long term, if you wanna sell watches until you die, I truly believe that you should invest into branding, right? Another, you're spending 500 to 600 without sales. That's a sign your funnel's leaky. Check your pixel. Are you tracking all the right events? Where are people dropping off? If they're clicking but not converting, there is a disconnect somewhere. There could be a disconnect in the technical setup. So make sure everything that these guys say is working. But what I believe is like there is a disconnect in the product to market fit somehow, if that makes sense, because a lot of people are selling watches. Just because you sell a lot of watches doesn't mean you'll be profitable. This guy says lookalike audiences are your best friend. You've already got US leads from Kickstarter, right? Use them, build a lookalike audience so you're targeting people who've already shown buying intent instead of spraying your budget across random engaged shoppers. You can also use this audience as a warm audience and you can start running ads to this audience. I'm not sure how big is this audience. And the US market is stacked with competition. You need to be real about your pricing and how you position yourself. What makes your watch different? And this is a very, very good question. I'm just gonna copy this question. And I'm gonna paste it because I believe this is a very, very powerful question. What makes your watch different? So, for anybody watching this, I'm gonna ask you, what makes your product different? What makes your product different? We don't say better. Notice this. We don't say better. We say different. What makes it different? What makes your product different? Right? And here I'm just gonna type product. Because to get attention, you need to be different, right? You need to do things that stand out. And you're gonna stand out by being different. Very, very simple. Very simple marketing angle. Test different angles and offers, but don't throw all your budget at just yet. Start small, scale that works. Okay, so what you also need to do to improve your conversion rate. I'm saying this at the very end of the video, but now let's go to ChatGPT. I'm just gonna type help me create an irresistible offer for my watch. And it's gonna give me some ideas. Understand your audience, highlight key features, set the right price, add high quality images, offer extras. Okay. Utilize social proof, leverage scarcity, use effective marketing angles. So here, offer extras. Consider including accessories such as original packaging, additional straps, or certificate of authenticity. This will make your offer unique. Think about offering a warranty or return policy to give a buyer peace of mind, right? So another thing, another thing, another thing. Let me think. Let me think very quick. Give me ideas on how to position it differently than other brands, so it stands out. So this guy says it's ChatGPT, it's not a guy. Emphasize unique design elements, focus on a niche market. I think this is very, very strong. Uh, if you say that this is designed in Norway, it might add a lot of, let's say, it might add a lot of interest, right? Develop a strong brand story. You can tell your story on your page. Okay, okay, superior customer, dynamic pricing strategy, experiential marketing, exclusive events, collaboration. So there is, let me ask another question, how to package my watch so it stands out. This won't give me the idea. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do something else. So basically, what you can do, you can offer buy one, get one free. You can offer a lot of types of deals to make it more irresistible. If you add urgency, let's say if you have, we only have 11 watches left, this will give you a conversion rate. So there are a lot of things you could do to make your offer irresistible. But I believe um, people people need time. It also depends. Also, another thing I forget to mention, right? How expensive is the watch? How expensive is the watch? Because if the watch is, let's say, if the watch is like under $100, right? If it's like under $100 or maybe like 200, it could be like no brainer type of decision. They could be like, hey, I'm gonna buy this watch immediately. However, if you're selling this watch for like 1,000 plus, you really need to be working on your strategy. So you might not, you won't be able to sell your watch immediately with Facebook ads. You might gather emails, right? And then you might offer the watch. This could be one of the strategy. If you sell for like 1,000, you could do a webinar. You could do, let's say, remarketing ads. So this is some of the things that you need to consider. I cannot give you the answer right away because I don't know your situation. However, okay. So I believe this is the ad. Mect. Mect. I've tried free shipping as well. Currently, US consumers are savvy enough to look online and see you can buy the same watch uh, with mild cosmetic difference for less than 50 on multiple domestic websites and less than 20 from any number of Chinese supplier. That there is a copy made of cheap alloy materials. What we sell is a much higher quality product made with surgical grade steel. The movement in our watches alone costs more than that product you just shared. Not to forget the sapphire glass. Okay, so this is something that you could talk. You won't find any. Yeah, so if you share, like, this is a concern a lot of people have. A lot of people might believe that you're dropshipping from AliExpress and Shein. So if you share that you're not dropshipping, if you share your face, if you say, hey, I'm Jeremy, I'm the founder of like Norwegian watches, right? It's gonna be much better. Like giving your brand a face so people know it's not drop shipping. This is the idea. And let's see what you say on your ads. We're celebrating 6 months since our launch. In our connection with out with in connection with without new lineup of watches, we're running 40% off. Right? So when you say 40% off, yeah, I'm not sure about this, man. I wouldn't say 40%. I wouldn't say 40% because it makes the watch look cheap. I don't want to buy a cheap watch, you know. This was the video for today. Probably it's confusing, but this is it. Make sure to subscribe.